fall camp continues at West Virginia University. I'm going to take a look at the program as well as giving you a little bit of news and giving my opinion on what's going on. And let's just start right with it. The media interviewed Rodriguez on August the 8th and 9th. One big time question that I actually liked that came from that group was about player evaluations. They wanted to know how he evaluated players, and he answered it very well. He basically said, I'm going to play the players that I can win with. How about that? And that's what it's all about, production on the field. It's not about whether you're a five-star athlete or whether you're loyal to the program. You're going to play because you're one of the better players that he needs to put on that football field. And that's what it should have been in the past. And we know that Neil Brown missed a lot on player evaluations, especially last year with the defensive backs. Everybody was throwing on West Virginia University. The defensive backfield was pathetic. That's just the way it was. And he missed on a lot of other areas in the past at the quarterback position with Dagey. Sometimes you do miss. But right now, with the way the environment is going, with the portal and a lot of transfers, over 70 coming to West Virginia University, you've got to hit on more than you miss. And so when you look at it, production. And he basically said he's going to play the players, again, who he can win with. If it's 3 quarterbacks that he feel he can win with, he don't mind placing one on the bench and bringing another one in. That's just his philosophy. He's adapting to the new environment in college football, because the new coal in West Virginia is definitely player evaluations. And you got to have coaches that can evaluate players as well. But Rich Rod will be making the final decision. So that's what's going on in fall camp. And going even further, there's some players that are missing for this fall camp that he's not able to evaluate. They've sued the NCAA to try to gain their eligibility in 2025. And these 4 players are key to West Virginia's success in the fall because it gives them more depth. And these guys were recruited earlier in the year, so they were handed scholarships, so they must be able to play. And most of them are JUCOs, so we're going to need them. So let's just see how it's going to turn out. The Pavia case is a good indication. Hopefully they will get the judge will give them injunctive relief and let them play this year. The players, if you want to know him, is Jamari Robinson. He's a defensive lineman. West Virginia always needs defensive linemen. Wide receiver, Jeffrey Weimer from Idaho State, 6'2", 204. We got to have him. You've got Justin Harrington, safety, played at Oklahoma and played at Washington, coming off of an ACL. You got to have him. You got a big-time running back in Tay Edwards, 6'2", 220. You got to have him in short yardage. So this court case is going to be very important to what happens this season in West Virginia. You need all the depth you can get. Coach Rodriguez is even thinking about getting back in the portal because he knows there's some depth issues there. So let's hope that these guys can get back on the field, because they cannot take part in team activities. They're not even practicing with the team. They can't go to team meetings. So school starts in August 20th. And so time is of the essence to get this roster into shape. So that's why the coach is pressing these guys. And those are the 4 key players that can help out. But just remember, player evaluations is where it's at today. You got to be able to do it at the NCAA level with this transfer portal and new players coming in, new players leaving. That's just the way the landscape is in college football. So evaluations, you just can't miss on the talent. So there you have it. This is C. Ivan Franklin. It's all about education and not a lot of drama. On YouTube at Befrank4real. One minority voice, one view. Yes, it's all about the fall camp and player evaluations. But West Virginia is on the move, and I'm looking forward as we tick down, as the clock winds down to opening day on August 30th against Robert Morris. But there's a lot going on the field. Players are going at it. Quarterbacks are being tested in live action. All of this goes to player evaluations. See ya!